So I guess the one thing I actually would like to talk about, obviously as of right now, this year, today's midterms. So by the time November, I think it's November 6th comes around, that's when we would elect our house members and senators at that time. Well, 1/3 of senators in this nation. And my state of Florida, we are going to have a Senate election that with the incumbent Bill Nelson. And as you know, Bill Nelson's a fucking corporate Democrat, so I'm not going to vote for this guy no matter what. I don't know if I don't know what his likely Republican challenger might be. It probably might be Rick Scott, because Rick Scott is contemplating a Senate run. He's probably going to do it, maybe. I don't know. I'd be surprised if he doesn't, because as of right now, he's term limited, so... And... Shit. Fuck, I know that these things also shoot, but... Anyway, so he's actually deciding a Senate run. You know, and I think he might do it, and even if he faces off against Bill Nelson, I'm still not going to vote for him. After what Bill Nelson's done, from voting for the Iraq War and even wanting war with Syria, he called Edward Snowden a traitor. He's also, like, you know, against universal health care and stuff. Basically just a conservative Democrat, so why the fuck would I vote for him? I'm really hoping that... I actually heard that there is one candidate primarying him. It's Tamiki Lyles. And as of right now, I actually looked at her platform. It's actually really good, though the one flaw is the foreign policy. It's actually very vague. Like, I don't know if she's against war or, you know, for peace and stuff, because it actually just mentions just, like, helping our allies and stuff, but what does that mean? Like, you know, say allies, but like in the good allies or the bad ones, you know, like Saudi Arabia and stuff. And so it never really gives a clear stance on foreign policy. That's my main problem with the what I've seen on the website. So I'm hoping that maybe later she would address it. As of right now, I'm not really going to donate to her campaign because I'm waiting to see who else would jump into the race, to see if there's a Senate candidate that might align with my views personally in the Democratic primary. And I'm aware that in the Democratic primary it's a closed primary, so even me as an independent, I won't be able to vote. But that doesn't mean I won't be able to donate to said campaign, because that's what I'll be able to do. So as you know, the cutoff date for to be a primary challenger or candidate is May the 4th. So I'm waiting. By the time May 4th rolls around and it's just Tamika Lyles, then I'll donate to her campaign. But if someone else goes in and actually happens to align, you know, with my views, then I'll donate to that person's campaign. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably thinking it's just going to be her, but we'll see. Anyway, look at this. This is pretty funny. I love that they slowly look at each other. So this is the first Mario game where they introduced Petey Piranha. Also, I just realized I forgot to say what the name of the challenge is, but that's okay. You don't really have to do it for everything, you know. Oh shit. Okay, good. Couldn't do it for very long because... Oh shit. There we go. Just gonna wait for it to vomit. So I'm not able to ground pound even while I'm hovering. Because I do actually jump on it, but I don't know, I just figured to hover. Hey, there we go. I could have just done that. It's pretty creepy how it just turns into goo and that's it. So yeah, as I was saying, basically when the general election comes by and in Florida you try to vote for the senators, I'm just saying don't vote for Bill Nelson because this guy is actually one of the people responsible for giving us Trump. He also supported Clinton 2 times, by the way, both in 2008 over Obama and 2016. So, you know, he is definitely like one of the people to blame in all this. So yeah, so basically, when the time comes around, I would say that basically in the general election, just look for research whatever candidate seems to align with your views, because that's what I'm gonna do for when that happens. Since I'm not gonna vote for Bill Nelson or Rick Scott or any. Usually, okay, for Republicans, there is an exception for when I would vote for them over a Democrat. If the Democrat in question is a corporatist, then I would check the Republicans, and if the Republican candidate is like a Ron Paul or Rand Paul kind of Republican, then I would definitely vote for that Republican because honestly, libertarian Republicans are actually like more preferable than corporatist Democrats because at least they're anti-war. They're against the war on drugs, they're against the Patriot Act, because corporate Democrats are also for these things. So yeah, that's basically one exception that I would basically vote a Republican over Bill Nelson. But though, as from what I'm aware, I mean, I guess there are a few candidates, like, maybe that might express... Actually, here's the funny thing. There is one candidate that used to be in the... Well, tried to be in the general election, but wasn't able to. It was La Teresa Joans. I can't pronounce the name, but she was actually running as a progressive, and she's now running in the Republican primary. So okay, Gooper, Blooper breaks out, and that's honestly not really a problem. You have to bear in mind that you could be a progressive and run into any primary, even though it's a more likely chance to lose. Like I kind of take this as a similar idea that. Sam Ronan is doing in the Ohio 1st District, because the guy was running as a progressive for the DNC leadership, but though he's now decided to running for Congress as a Republican in a heavily Republican district. So basically, the strategy La Teresa Jones is doing is very similar to what Ronan's doing, basically. Anyway, so... I am aware that there are also these M thingies that have these blue coins, and what the blue coins do, they give you shine sprites. You also have to be aware that in this game, by the time you collect enough shine sprites that gives you access to the next and last world, which is the one with these hermit crab people, then that basically means that is enough shine sprites that you have to collect, because then you have to complete the Shadow Mario challenges in order to reach to the final level, basically. Oh, never mind. I thought I'd been hearing something, but it was just a crow outside. So... I'm wondering how... Can I just... Or no, I don't know. Actually, no, wait. How did I do this before? Oh, okay, there we go. That's what I was wondering. I had to find a way to get up and so that I could cross. Reach it. There we go, made it. And I know you can talk to people in this game, but I'm not really going to do any of that. I mean, you could also do that in Super Mario Galaxy, but... More... as high as possible. Oh, okay, good. So if you do that, you get a blue coin. Make it a little bit higher, just max it out. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Damn, that was close. Man, that was fucking close. Okay. There we go. Oh, shit. No. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I realized it goes back in the water. Alright. Oh, good, another M. And there's some water. So basically, 10 blue coins will give you 1 shine sprite. Oh shit. So yeah, so but though honestly, I don't think LaTeresa Jones is actually gonna win, even though she's in the Republican primary, because like they'd obviously choose the person that's conservative, and if Rick Scott enters the race, then it's obviously gonna be Rick Scott that's gonna win it. And like I said, even if it's Rick Scott versus Bill Nelson, I'm still not voting for him. I'm hoping I could also persuade my dad not to vote for Bill Nelson after what he was trying to do and stuff, like being a corporate Democrat. And also, like I said, he also supports the war in Syria, basically Syrian intervention. And me being a Syrian, especially my dad, you know, I don't want to vote for a person that's like against my ancestors' country, basically. So basically you have to stomp on it, but though sometimes it doesn't work because, like I said, the game's kinda... Okay, there we go. It's pretty nasty how you pull on it and it actually like wiggles around, so it's like kind of like real life what you do to a squid leg or something, or arm. And now it can't do anything to you, basically. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, it must have hurt like shit. Oh shit. This it became a lot farther. Fuck. Okay, got it. Ah, fuck. No, fuck. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, shit. Oh, at least I got the arm. Just gotta be in a certain position in order to automatically grab it. So yeah. So I guess. Oh wait. First, let me do this. Damn, that was awesome.